friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have another farmhouse video for you. This is part of the Farmhouse DIY collaboration. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes, but first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my Oliver, and if you're returning, we are so happy you came back. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. I'm going to use this decal I got off of Cricut Design Space. I'm going to use these rub-on transfers from STENCILS. And then I'm going to use this fan blade that I had from a fan we took down in our guest room. So I'm going to start off by painting the front and the back of that fan blade with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. And then once it was done, I took my decal from Cricut here and I decided to lay my transfers down so I knew where I was going to lay my decal. And then I just kind of moved that one out of the way. And then I just rubbed and rubbed and rubbed. And then I pulled off my transfer tape and there it is. After that, I took this barn from Essential Stencils and I am going to place it right where I like it, and then I'm going to rub. And you guys, I love their rub-on transfers. They go on so nice and so easy. Later in the video, you'll see another set of rub-on transfers that I use that I got from Amazon, and they work okay, but I just felt like the Essential Stencils works a lot easier and it didn't take as much rubbing. But anyways, I just loved it. And so after that, I got this other rub-on transfer from Essential Stencils, and I'm going to do the same thing with that. Now, I know I said on my last farmhouse video that I was going to try not to show so much farm animals for my farmhouse decor, but you guys, I don't know what it is. I am just drawn to the farm animals and I just love them. And so yeah, you're going to get a lot of farm animals again, and I apologize. And I know a lot of you said you still love them. I do know Farmhouse is not necessarily all about farm animals, but yeah, I love them. So I hope you don't get too tired of them. Okay, so once I was done with that, I took some of this red gingham ribbon from Dollar Tree and I wrapped it around the bottom of my fan blade here, and I'm just going to hot glue the ribbon together in the back, and then I'm just going to hot glue, put a little dab in the middle just to tack it down. Then I'm going to do this on the top because I really wanted it to cover those holes where the screws were. So I'm just going to lay some hot glue all the way around that front part because I just didn't want it to come up and show those holes. So after that, I'm just going to go to the back here and I'm just going to hot glue it in the back to cover the holes that are in the back as well. And after I have this all done, we both get to see what I do next because I don't remember. I edited this a couple of days ago, so yeah, I don't remember what's next. So, I know what's next. Okay, so I took some twine and I'm just going to hot glue some twine around in the middle of that ribbon. I just loved the way this looked. I just felt like it gave it a little bit of a country-ish farmhouse look, and I just loved it. And that's just kind of the mode I was going when I was doing this, was just more of that country farmhouse look. So once I had this one done, I did the bottom as well. And then I'm going to make a finger bow. Now this one is a quadruple finger bow. I'm wrapping my fingers 4 times. Sorry, this part is not in frame. But once I had them wrapped, I'm going to take that end of the string, I'm going to wrap it around those loops, come back up around and go under through that loop that was wrapped around it, and then pull tightly on those 2 end pieces. And that's how you do a finger bow. And then I'm just going to hot glue it on there. Now I did have that in slow motion, so if you need to rewind it and go back and watch it, hopefully you'll be able to get the idea. So I'm just taking some of this jute cord that I get from Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. I tied a knot on the ends. I'm going to pull it through the hole and then put the knotted ends through the other end. Okay, there it is. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what happened, but I didn't show this part, so I had to go at it real quick. So there's the final reveal of it. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So today is the Farmhouse collab, and it is full of some amazing talented women. So make sure you check out all of the videos in the playlist to get all kinds of farmhouse inspiration, and I'm sure they're not going to be all farm animals for you. So I'll have the link in the description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color ink and Snow White. I'm going to use one of these wood mini pots from Dollar Tree, these really small terracotta pots from Dollar Tree, and then the little bit bigger ones that Dollar Tree carries as well. So I started off by painting all of those terracotta pots inside and out with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. Then I took a pencil here and I'm just drawing out what would look like cow spots. But after that, on the other ones, I didn't use my pencil. I just brushed them on how I thought they would be. So I'm just going over those drawings with my brush, just trying to make them look like cow spots. And I do that all the way around the outside and the inside. And then I am going to paint the rim of that pot with my black. Now I do this on this piece and the 4 little mini ones. And then the other bigger piece, I made a few spots, not as many. And then I took that little wood flower pot and I'm using it to draw the circles for the eyes. And then I am just using a paintbrush to go around and make the eyes. Now I did get this idea off of Pinterest. I will have a link to it in my description box if you want to see the original. But I will say I did have to look at it and copy it for the eye part, because as I've told you guys before, I am not a drawer or a painter. I'm not wired that way to be able to do it without looking or copying. So that's what I was doing. Then after that was all dry, I'm taking a small paintbrush with my white chalk paint here, and I'm just making half of that eye I'm painting with white. And once I had that all done, I took the back, I took a really small fine paintbrush and I just made one little dot in each eye. Then I took that same paintbrush after I cleaned it, and I'm just taking my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, and I'm just going around the bottom part of that pot. And then I took a black marker and I am just going around and outlining the eye so you have more of a distinction between the eye and the white of that pot. Then I took my apple barrel pink blush here and I'm just coloring in the bottom part of this pot inside of that black circle that I made. And the reason why is because this is going to be the nose of the cow. So after I have it done, I used my black Sharpie here to make 2 little holes that are round spots to make it look like the nostrils, but they were kind of crooked, and so I had to make the holes a little bit bigger to make it look even. After that, I'm taking my E6000 here and I put it along the head part of my horse, and then I'm putting some hot glue on the bottom part just to help it tack. Now, and I'm going to do the same thing on the arms and the legs. Now, I thought about this after I started doing it. I should have probably painted some craft sticks, cut them down to fit inside there, so it gave it more of a surface to glue. So if you want to recreate it, I would suggest putting a little craft stick there, gluing it there, and then gluing that part with the craft stick onto the bigger pot here so that it has more surface to glue. Then I took one of these spoons. It comes in a pack from Dollar Tree. I'm tracing it on some cardboard and I'm just going to cut them out, but I felt like they were too round for a cow's ears, so I did kind of cut the sides a little bit to make them look a little more angled, I guess. And then I used hot glue to glue them to the back of my pot. And then I'm taking this metallic paint in the color Aged Copper, and I'm painting that little wood flower pot with that aged copper. After that, I took some of this ribbon. I got this from Hobby Lobby. I absolutely thought it was so adorable. I'm making a ribbon or a bow by doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, tying some jute twine, and then dovetailing the ends. Then I took some more of that ribbon and I just tied a knot in the middle. And then I'm going to take the ends here and I'm going to do that in a minute. I took some twine and made another finger bow and added it to the bow, and then I'm just going to hot glue it to the top of the head. Here's where I angled the ends of my I guess I could have dovetailed it. I don't know why I did it that way, but yeah. I could have dovetailed. Anyways, this is what I'm doing because I thought it was cute, and she's gonna have a little scarf there, and I hot glue it to her neck, and then I hot glue the little cowbell, which is what it is now. And that's all there was for this. I absolutely adore this. My mom suggested I put some fake eyelashes on it. I may do that since she has some she said I could use. Oh my goodness, I love it. You have to let me know what you think about this as well. Okay, I want to give a big shout out to all my wonderful subscribers. You guys mean the world to me, and I thank you so much. And if you're new here and enjoyed today's video, please hit that red subscribe button before you go. It means the world to me, and it costs nothing to you. And then if you would give me that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads, I truly appreciate it. That helps get my video out for more to see. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my accounts as well as my affiliate accounts in the description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I am going to use my Waverly chalk paint, of course, in the color Snow White. And then I'm going to use these 2 pails that I had in my stash. I had used them for my nephew's wedding, so now we're going to repurpose them. I'm going to use some rosemary picks from Walmart and then these berry clusters from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use 6 5-gallon paint stir sticks that I get these from Amazon. I do believe I have them in my Amazon store, but you can find them at Home Depot and Lowe's. And then that material came from Walmart as well. So I started off by laying the pieces out just like I want them, and then I'm just kind of measuring to make sure that I know where I want to cut them. I'm marking them with my pencil, and then I'm going to add 3 together. I'm going to tape them all together with my marked one on the top, and then I take them outside and I cut them with my miter saw. Now, if you don't have a miter saw, there are miter boxes that have the handheld saw that are not very expensive. You can get them at Lowe's, hardware stores, wherever, for about $10 to $13. You can always cut these with those as well. So I'm laying my pieces out here and getting ready to glue them, but before that I wanted to mark them so I knew exactly where to put my glue. So I'm taking my wood glue here and I'm going to put it on part of that area, and then I'm going to use my hot glue to put on the other part of that area. And then I'm just going to attach the top piece right to it. Then I'm just kind of, I don't know why I'm measuring because I have to take this off and put it back on anyways. But this is going to be the middle strip along my window frame here. So I'm just marking where the glue is going. I'm adding my wood glue and my hot glue just like I did on the other 2 strips. And then I'm going to place this right in the middle. After that, I took the rest of my strips here and marking where to place the glue, and I'm just going to use again the hot glue and the wood glue to attach all of those pieces. Then I painted the front and the sides with my white. After that, I took this fabric, I cut it out, and I am tucking in all the rough ends so that we have a nice clean end to my fabric. And then I'm going to use my stapler and I'm going to staple, but I'm only stapling where they connect to the other wood pieces, because if I did all of it, then the staples are too long and they would go through the other pieces. So on the parts where I did not have those 2 wood pieces connected, I am adding some hot glue underneath my fabric to keep it all laid in so that you didn't see the back, because I didn't paint the back. After that, I took some of this ribbon and I'm just going to hot glue it around both of those pails to cover up what was there previously. And after that, I I don't know what I did, but I have to say, I love this ribbon. I think it is so pretty. I was just really in this kind of red and white country feel when I was doing these. So I took some E6000 and hot glue here. I'm going to put it on the bottom of my pails and attach it to the bottom of my windowsill, but I just didn't feel like that was going to be strong enough. So after I made these finger bows, I connected them to the front of my pails, and then after I used my Waverly chalk paint and the color ink to go around the rim of the pails to give it that enamel look, I am going to take another wood plank from Dollar Tree, one of the small ones, and I'm going to fill those holes with spackling because we don't want to see the holes. And then after that, I will paint it with that white, and I paint the front and the back. And then I'm taking my wood glue and my hot glue here and adding it to my wood piece here, and then I'm just going to add my windowsill to it, just like you see me doing right there. After that, I took some floral foam, hot glued it, and put it inside my pails there, and then I'm cutting off the rosemary picks, and I'm just placing it inside, and then I'm going to use the berry clusters and just have them inside of those rosemary picks. And then I am going to take some of that braided jute cord that I have in my Amazon store. I'm tying knots on the ends, and then I had little openings of my windowsill. I'm just adding a little glue down there and pushing the knotted part through and sticking it onto that glue for a hanger, and there it is. I absolutely love how this looks. I thought about doing a wreath or something on the top of my window frame to make it look more like a window, but I just felt like it would be too big. Let me know if you think there was something I could have added to that. But I love it. You'll have to let me know what you think about it as well. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And we have these beautiful patriotic pieces that Linda made. They are beautiful, Linda. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. And then after Linda, we have Jane, who's been very busy as well, making these really pretty, lovely pieces. And of course, you know, I love the one with the animals there. So if you have a creation or a recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I'd be more than happy to showcase them here for you. Okay, here's DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I'm going to use again my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. These half beads I got from Amazon. I think they're like a 15 millimeter. This sign from Dollar Tree, and then this is the rub-on transfers I got from Amazon. Like I said, they work okay, but I just feel like the essential stencil ones come off a little nicer. I'm going to start off by removing that hanger from the top of my sign. I'm just using my staple remover here. And then I paint the front and the back with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, Snow White. Then I started painting my beads. I put them on my painter's tape and I'm just painting them. There's about 60 of them. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I forgot to hit record. So I hit record while I finished them up. Once they were all dry, I took my transfer here, I cut it out, and I am just going to rub it all until it is transferred onto my sign. And I just think it is so adorable. After that, I'm going to take some wood glue and I'm just going to put it on the back of my little knobs there. And I'm just going to go around my whole picture frame and place those half beads on there. And once I was done with that, I did set it aside for a couple of hours. I started working on some of my other projects and stuff. And then once I was ready, I went in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral, and I'm just doing a very dry brushing along the beads, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of dry brushing along the crevices there on my sign, just to kind of give it a little more of a rustic look. And then after that, I am going to do some tumbling tower blocks. I took 4 of them here and I hot glued them end to end, and then I painted them with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. After that, I am going to take some wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue that on the back of the sign so that it can stand, but it still didn't want to stand. So I took 2 more, I painted them, and I'm going to hot glue them to the back of that, and then it would stand. After that, I took my pink gingham ribbon from Dollar Tree, made a simple shoelace bow, and then I am just going to dovetail the ends, and I'm going to hot glue that to the front of my sign. And that's all there was for this cute little picture. This was a little different from my other ones because I started with this one, and then after I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and then I got the inspiration for the other ones, but I still love it. I think it's really cute. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Here is the final reveal, you guys. Thank you so much again for watching. And again, if you're new here and enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, and then don't forget to give me that thumbs up and comment and share this video with someone that might like it, that you might know, because we are getting really close to 15,000 people, our subscribers. Once I hit it, I'm going to have a giveaway, so share it with others so that they can join as well. Make sure you guys check out the playlist. I'll have it in the description box below. And with all that being said, have a blessed weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.